What's going on, guys? It's Jake back with a pretty major update for Beyblade Burst fans out there, and that is the fact that we basically have a full new season confirmed. Let's talk about it. So just about a day ago, we got brand new product listings for new stuff coming out next year for Takara Tomy Beyblade Burst, which means that there is going to be something after Sparking, which is interesting because I thought Sparking was going to be the last season. I actually thought even GT would be the last season. Before we get into it though, if we could hit 800 likes on this video, of course, that'd be amazing. And hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications to join the Nook Nation. We're getting close to 270,000 subs. Also, really quick, I have been streaming a lot more on Twitch. What's happening? Go and follow me. Links in the description down below. But now let's talk about these new product listings. So I will put the source in the description down below, so if you want to check that out yourself, you can. But just reading it off, we have B178 Random Booster and B179 Booster March. And those are still going to be part of Sparking. What's interesting is that we have yet another random booster. We just got one, and we know we're getting one that may have Excalibur. Well, this is one right after that. So Takara Tomy really giving us a lot of random boosters recently, and that trend is seemingly going to continue. And it seems like the B179 booster could be Takara Tomy's kind of voting or campaign bay, which, if you don't know what that is, apparently there was like a Japan only campaign sort of where fans could vote on a bay they want to come back, and Takara Tomy would make an evolution to it, and this is probably what this March booster is. Well, in April is when we start the brand new series, which is interesting in itself because typically we see brand new series stuff come out in March. I mean, King Helios and Super Hyperion, those came out in March. So just to go through these new listings, and we can talk about them later, we have B180, which is a new series booster. We have B181, which is yet another random booster. B182 is a stadium set. 183 is a new stadium. That's interesting. 184 is a new launcher, and then B185 is a new booster, but for May. So now, guys, to take a deeper look into the individual listings, B180 is a new booster, and it seems like this is the only booster in the release month, which is odd because typically we see 2 or 3, or maybe a starter and 2 boosters. Well, we only have 1 booster here. And what I'm thinking this means is that the next season of Beyblade Burst is going to have 1 protagonist, and whether or not it's a new one or an old one, we have no idea yet. Next up, we have the B181 Random Booster Volume 25. Once again, kind of odd considering, I mean, the Curse Satan Random Booster for Beyblade Burst Sparking, that came out over a month after the series kind of started, and it seems like this random booster is going to come out straight away. I don't know how I feel about that. And now, guys, we get into the really interesting part of these new listings. We have B182 Stadium Set and B183 New Stadium. Now, the Stadium Set, that makes sense. We see those for every single new season. But what doesn't make sense is the release right after that being the stadium, I guess, on its own. Why would they release a stadium set and a stadium at the same time? So Takara Tomy releasing a stadium and a stadium set so close to each other really reminds me of Beyblade Metal Fight 0G. Now, 0G is a love it or hate it series, and typically most people dislike it, but they released the Beyblade Start Dash set, and the release right after that was the brand new stadium on its own. And what was interesting about these 0G stadiums is that they were way different than any of the Metal Fight stadiums we had before, and that's why they wanted you to buy this new stadium, because that was kind of a season gimmick. Because really, I have no idea why they would release a stadium and a stadium set right next to each other unless they really want you to get this new stadium, and that's going to be something that really matters. And now for the new launcher, which is B184, This also kind of reminds me of Zero G, because do you want to know what the release after the Stadium and Stadium set was for Zero G? It was a new launcher, and we're getting a new launcher. But the third release for Zero G was the Stadium set. The fourth was a Stadium, and the fifth was a new launcher, which is exactly what is happening for this new season of sparking. So I kind of expect this new launcher to have some sort of new season gimmick. For sparking, it was the sparking launcher, which is still probably one of my favorite burst launchers in general because it makes the sparks. But we're going to see something new here in gimmick for this next series. And then the final one we have is the B185 May booster, which basically means everything from B180 to 184 all releases in April. Wow, that is a lot of stuff. So guys, what do you think of all of these new product listings? We have a new booster, we have a Stadium set, a new Stadium, and a new launcher, which just, like I said earlier, reminds me a lot. It's basically the exact same thing that happened for Zero G, but hopefully this next series is not as bad as Zero G was. Some of you guys out there may love Zero G, or Shogun Steel as Hasbro called it, but you know the series was bad when they pretty much canceled it midway through, and there were a lot of bays that were supposed to come out but didn't. I hope we don't see that again. That would that'd be a really unfortunate way to end Beyblade Burst. So guys, just to kind of speculate on what this new series could be, really I have no idea at all, but we do know that GT had a brand new protagonist and its own storyline. Sparking had 2 new protagonists and its own storyline. Even Cho-Z had a new protagonist, so I feel like we can kind of bet on this new series having a new protagonist. Basically, I think that the March booster is going to be the new protagonist bay. The March random booster, which is still so weird to me, that has to have like a Valkyrie or something in it, or else nobody's going to want to buy it. The Stadium set is probably going to have the new characters bay from the booster, and probably a Stadium set specific bay, which once again, they're trying to get you to buy the Stadium. And after that, I really have no idea, but hopefully we'll see more information on this new series some point soon, although we probably won't for at least another couple of months. But that is going to wrap up this video, guys. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments down below. Hit that subscribe button to join the Nook Nation. Go follow me on Twitch, and just let me know what you guys think of this new series, and if you guys think that this Stadium set and Stadium thing reminds you guys of Zero G, just like it reminds me of Zero G. But thanks for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. Have fun, and bay away.